and welcome back to my channel, Lickle Dashy Creations. And in this video today we are going to be working on this hexagon motif, or a granny hex as I like to call it. It's absolutely amazing design. It looks quite intricate, but actually it's really simple to make. So let's get straight to it. Okay then, so you need your yarn. You can use any yarn that you would like to use, and today I'm going to be using this one from Sirdar, Sirdar Stories, and it's a blend. It's a 60% cotton and a 40% acrylic. It's a 4mm, so I've got my 4mm crochet hook, some scissors and my wool needle for weaving in the ends. Okay, so we're going to start with this lovely orangey colour. So for round one, you can do a magic circle if you want to, but I'm going to keep it simple and I'm just going to chain 5. So I'm going to do a slip knot. And then I'm going to chain 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then to join, I'm going to insert my hook into the first chain stitch. And just pull the yarn through and through the last chain stitch to join and make a circle, and then into this center here is where we're going to work our stitches. So we're going to be working treble crochets 3 together, but to begin with we're going to chain 2, and this counts as our first part of the stitch. So for this first one we need 2 treble crochets 2 together. So yarn in, pull through hoop, 2 hoops, yarn over through the middle, pull through 2 hoops, and then pull through all 3 hoops. We now have our first cluster. We're going to then chain 3, and we're going to work another cluster of treble crochets 3 together into the center. So yarn over through the center, pull up a hoop through 2, yarn over into the center, pull up a hoop, pull through 2, and then pull through all 4 hoops, and we're going to chain 3 again, and we're going to work a total of 6 clusters into the center of this ring. So yarn over through hoop, pull through 2, yarn over through the center, pull through 2, yarn over through the center, pull through 2. When you got 4 hoops, pull through all 4 and chain 3. And we're going to repeat this until we have a total of 6 clusters. So here we are. So this should be our last cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So we're going to chain 3 to finish off with, and we're going to join. We're going to skip the chain 2 and join in that 3rd stitch up, which is the top of the first cluster. So just do a slip stitch to join the round. So that is round 1 complete. If you want to join with another colour at this point, you can, but for this video we're going to continue with the same colour. Okay, so for round 2 we are going to do a slip stitch into this first chain 3 space, and then we're going to chain 2, and this will count as our part of our first stitch, and we're going to treble crochet 2 together to finish this first cluster. That's our first one complete. We're now going to chain 3 and do treble crochet 3 together into the same space. We're then going to chain 1 and move over to the next space where we'll repeat and do 2 lots of treble crochet 3 together. There's 1. Do a chain 3 and do our second treble crochet 3 together cluster into the same chain space. Chain 1, and then we're going to do our treble crochets 3 together into the next chain 3 space. And this we're going to repeat all the way around until we have 2 clusters in each of the chain 3 spaces. Okay, so that's the end of that round. So I'm going to chain 1, and to join we're going to count 2 up and then go into the 3rd stitch with a slip stitch at the top of our cluster, and that's round 2 complete. So we should have 2 clusters with 3 chain in between, and then a 1 chain, and then our 2 clusters with a 3 chain in between, a 1 chain, and so on all the way around. Okay, so for round 3, begin by doing a slip stitch into the next space, the chain space here. So insert yarn and pull through. Then we're going to chain 2 as always, and this counts as the first part of our stitch, and we're going to do treble crochet 2 together. This completes our first cluster. Chain 3. And then work a treble crochet 3 together in the same space. And I'm going to chain 1 and move into the next space, and we're going to work 1 treble 3 together into this space. Then we're going to chain 1, then we're going to do our treble crochets 3 together into the next space, and chain 3 and do another cluster of treble crochets 3 together in this same space. Chain 1 in the next space, just 1 cluster of treble crochets 3 together, chain 1 in the next space. We're going to do our 2 clusters of treble crochets 3 together. Always with a chain 3 between them when we're doing 2 into the same space. Okay, and we're going to repeat this sequence all the way around, working 1 cluster into the chain 1 space and 2 clusters into the chain 3 space. So work your way around, and I'll see you at the end of the round. Okay, so chain 1, and then we're going to join in the same way. So we're going to miss the chain 2 and join on the 3rd stitch up, which is the top of our first cluster, with a slip stitch. Right, so for round 4, we're going to actually fasten off and add another colour. I'm going to snip you there, and I like to fasten off by just pulling through the loop and pulling into a knot. I'm now going to add my lighter colour, like this honeycomb colour. It reminds me a bit of a honeycomb, this pattern. I'm just going to add this colour into any of the chain 3 spaces. We're going to start off round 4 by chaining 3, and this is going to count as our first treble. We're now moving on to complete trebles, so not together trebles, completed trebles. And we're going to work another 2 trebles into this space so that we have a total of 3. So this chain counts as our first one. We're then going to chain I'm going to chain 2, and we're going to work another 3 treble crochets into this same space. So these are complete treble crochets, not together crochets. I'm then going to move into the next chain 1 space. We're not going to chain in between. And we're going to work 3 treble crochets. Again, no chain. We're going to go directly into the next space and work 3 trebles. And then we're going to work our way into the next space, and in this one we're going to do a set of 2 trebles. So there's one set of 3 trebles, then going to chain 2 and work another 3 trebles into this same space. And into the next space, no chain in between, we're going to work 3 trebles. And then into the next space, we're going to work 3 trebles. And in the next space, we're going to work 2 lots of 3 trebles. These will be our pointy corners to the hexagon. Chain 2. And work our 3 trebles into the same space. we're going to continue with this sequence until we get right round to the end of this round. Okay, so we can just join this round just by a slip stitch at the top of our first treble crochet. So now we should have our sets of 3 triple crochets, 2 in the top, followed by 2 single sets, 2 double sets, 2 single sets, 2 double sets, and so on all the way around. And for our final round, we're just going to start by chaining 1. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way around. So insert our hook, pull through the yarn and pull through 2. In the chain 2 spaces at each of the corners, we're going to do 2 DCs in here. So that's 2 double crochets in these corners. And then we can continue with doing 1 double crochet in each stitch. So continue all the way around with 2 in each of the pointy corners, and I will see you when you get to the other side. And here we are at the end, and we can just do a slip stitch into the first double crochet that we did. And I also like to continue to slip stitch right along until I get to a corner, because I just think this is a neater way to fasten off. It's completely optional, but this is what I like to do. So I'm going to just snip off and just pull my yarn through into a tight knot. Lovely. That's round 5 done. So in total we should have 84 stitches all the way around. And all we have left to do now is just to weave in our ends. So that's all those ends weaved in now. So the last thing we can do is pop it on the block, just to pull it into a nice hexagon shape. So here's my block. This is a nice spongy one, so I'm actually going to use some bobby pins to keep this into place. Pop those just on the corner. And then you can just spray it with a misting of water and just leave them. I normally leave them just overnight, just a few hours. And it puts it into a nice tidy shape, which makes it a lot easier for stitching together. But that is absolutely beautiful. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video and managed to make yourself one of these amazing granny hexes. If you did enjoy it, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video for another Lickle Dashy creation.